Let's look at listening in the IELTS test, and today we're just going to focus on a multiple choice question. Now this is only one question. Of course you will have more than this. Each section in IELTS listening has 10 questions. This is one question from a section 1 listening, and we're going to focus today on how to approach and deal with multi-choice questions. So the first thing you should do, and this is true of all questions in IELTS listening and reading, is you need to highlight the key words in the question. So we need to read the question carefully and highlight the key words. So the key words that are coming up in this question, as it draws up now, would be the man, take calls. Now we've got 3 choices, A, B and C, and we see that credit cards is mentioned in all 3 of those choices. So although it's important, it's not the key word. So the key words then become the other words. And these main words is information, stolen, and lost. So that's what we're listening carefully for in an IELTS listening test within its multiple choice. Now, there's 2 ways we can approach this. We can either just listen for the answer, what we think is the correct answer. Is it A, B, or C? That's one way. The other way is to eliminate the wrong answers. And this is very helpful because then you can try and find the answer in another way, and you can confirm your answer by listening for what might be incorrect. And even then, if you're not sure, you can be sure that one is not correct. And so that helps you have a better guess of the choice. So we'll pause now and you have a listen to this. Of course, if you want to, you can listen more than once. Just rewind back on the video here and watch it again. In the real test, of course, you only hear it one time. So have a go listening now.
You'd find that most callers would be people wanting to check the balance on their cards, query payments made and so on.
And from those who've had their cards stolen?
No, they ring another number for that, an emergency line. People also call that number if they lose their cards.
And now we see the question drawing up to the side. So you can now pause again here and check your answer. When you read it, see which is the correct answer, but also have a go at looking at those questions and eliminating what was the wrong answers. So we see that because of what the man's saying there, those who've had their cards stolen, she says no, so it cannot be B. And then she also says they ring that number if they lose their card, so it cannot be C either. So we can eliminate those answers and be sure that the correct answer here was A. So another problem that students have with this particular question is the referencing that's used by the man and the lady. So we need to be careful and note what they're saying there. So we notice that the man says, and from those, which is a synonym for callers, which is the key word in the question, who have had their cards stolen. So this is referring to B, option B. The woman says no. They, which is the callers, ring another number for that. So that is referring to stolen cards, an emergency line. So students are sometimes confused by this use of referencing. You need to become familiar with referencing and substitution in IELTS listening and reading. And notice she also says people also call that number. So that number now is the emergency line if they lose their cards. So you are hearing similar words to lose, but it's not for the man, and that's the key thing. So that's just some quick tips there. Remember, that's only one question. You'll have 10 more questions in a section 1 listening, and usually 4 or 5 similar multiple choice questions like that. So I hope you found that helpful. Remember, I'm IELTSTEVE. These are tips and strategies that might help you in the IELTS test. Keep watching the videos, subscribe to the IELTSTEVE video YouTube channel, or have a look on Facebook. If you'd like some online lessons, contact me personally and we can organize online lessons as well.